It's peak summer, and something about your cat has changed. They don't curl up on you anymore. They pick the bathroom floor over your lap, the far corner over your side, and some quiet part of you wonders what you did wrong. But here's the thing. Your cat isn't pulling away. They're telling you something. Here are 8 signs your cat is giving you when they get too hot. And the last sign is the one you can't afford to miss. Start with the one you've probably already seen this week. Your cat, flopped out on the hardwood or the kitchen tile, legs stretched long, belly exposed, completely flat, like someone let the air out of them. Most owners glance at that and think one word: lazy. A hot, sleepy, lazy cat doing nothing all afternoon. That read is almost completely backwards. That flat-out sprawl isn't your cat doing nothing. It's your cat running a cooling system. When a cat stretches out long and presses as much of their body as possible against a hard, cool surface, they're pulling heat out of themselves through direct contact, a process called conductive cooling. The tighter the curl, the warmer they want to be. The flatter the sprawl, the more heat they're trying to shed. Your cat isn't collapsed from the heat. They're managing it, on purpose, with the oldest tool they own. And here's something you can use the second you finish this video. Your cat's posture is a thermometer you can read across the room. A tight loaf with the paws tucked under means they're comfortable, even cool. A long, splayed-out sprawl on a hard floor means they're actively dumping heat and looking for relief. You don't need to touch them or guess. The shape of your cat is already telling you exactly how hot they are. But that's not even the strange part, because there's one summer habit coming that looks completely harmless. Some owners even find it a little cute. That's actually the single moment your cat is telling you they can't cope on their own anymore. Keep that one in mind. It lands at the end, and it's the one every owner needs to recognize on sight. Now think about where your cat chooses to lie down lately. Not the soft cushion, not your warm lap. The bathroom tile, the edge of the tub, the hard kitchen floor, maybe the cool porcelain of the sink. A month ago, they wanted the warmest, softest spot in the house. Now they want the coldest, hardest one. And if that spot happens to be the one place you're not, it stings a little. Here's what most people don't realize. Your body runs warm. A cat's normal temperature sits even higher than yours, around 100 to 102 degrees, and a soft lap traps that heat like a blanket. Cool tile does the opposite. It pulls heat straight out of the body and carries it away. So when your cat abandons your lap for the bathroom floor, they're not rejecting you. They're choosing the surface that saves them on a brutal afternoon. That's not a cat that likes you less in summer. That's a cat solving a problem your lap can't solve right now. Think about that for a second. The same cat that begged for your warmth in January isn't giving you the cold shoulder in July. They're doing the only thing their body will allow, and they're often doing it just a few feet from you, close enough to keep you in sight, cool enough to survive the heat. If that just changed how you read your cat lying on the far side of the room, take 1 second and hit like and subscribe. It's how Whisker code reaches more owners who think their cat is pulling away, when the truth is the exact opposite. Then stay with it, because the next few signs go deeper than a cool floor. Here's one almost every owner misreads completely. Your cat used to sleep pressed right against you. Now they lie a few feet away. Same room, same sofa, just not touching. Close, but with a gap. And that gap is easy to read as a cat that's cooled on you along with the weather. But watch where the gap actually is. Your cat isn't in another room. They're not hiding under the bed. They picked the cool floorboards beside your chair, the tile at the foot of your bed, the windowsill right above where you sit. They gave up the contact, but they kept the closeness. Behaviorists describe you as your cat's secure base, the fixed point their whole nervous system organizes around. That's not a cat drifting away from you. That's a cat holding onto its base in the only way the heat allows. Because your cat is solving two problems at once, and you're one of them. They need to stay cool, and they need to stay near the one their instincts read as safe. Touching you in a heat wave breaks the first rule. Leaving the room breaks the second. So they split the difference, a body length away, on something cold, but still watching over you. The distance isn't rejection. It's a compromise, and you're the half they refuse to give up. Then there's the stillness. Your cat, who used to tear through the house at 9 at night, now barely moves before dark. No zoomies, no ambushes from behind the couch, just long, flat hours of nothing. It looks like your cat has gotten lazy or bored or a little down. It's none of those. Every movement a body makes creates heat. A sprinting cat is a furnace. So when the temperature climbs, your cat does the smartest possible thing. They go still, because stillness is how a body stops making heat it can't get rid of. This isn't laziness, it's heat math, run by instinct, older than any house they've ever lived in. Their wild inheritance traces back to small, desert-dwelling wildcats who survived punishing afternoons by doing exactly this. Nothing in the shade until the sun let go. And watch what happens at the edges of the day. As the evening cools, your cat comes back to life. The play, the patrol, the chirp at the window. Cats are wired to hunt at dawn and dusk, and summer only sharpens that clock. So the lazy cat on the floor at 3 in the afternoon isn't a different cat. It's the same one, waiting for the world to cool down enough to be themselves again. Now here's one that surprises almost everyone. You've been checking your cat for signs of overheating the way you'd check yourself. Looking for a sweaty coat, a damp brow. You won't find it because your cat barely sweats at all. And the little sweating they do happens in a place you'd never think to look. A cat's only real sweat glands sit in their paw pads. That's it. On a hot or stressful day, a cat can actually leave faint, damp little paw prints across a smooth floor, tile, a countertop, the steel table at the vet. That's your cat sweating out of the one small patch of skin built for it. It's a real repeatable thing you can spot. Next time it's sweltering, glance at the floor where your cat just walked. Those little prints are the closest thing to sweat your cat has. But that same fact carries a warning folded inside it. If your cat's whole cooling system runs through 4 small paw pads, a bit of grooming, and a hunt for cool surfaces, then that system has a hard ceiling. It works until it doesn't. And the moment it stops working, your cat can't tell you in words. They tell you with one specific behavior instead, the one teased at the start. And once you've seen it, you'll never mistake it for anything else. Hold on, because that's exactly where this ends. Have you noticed your cat grooming more than usual this summer? Longer sessions, more licking, working over the same stretch of fur again and again? It's easy to read that as a nervous habit, or to worry something's wrong with their skin. Most of the time, it's neither. When a cat licks their coat, they leave a thin layer of saliva behind. As that moisture evaporates off the fur, it pulls heat away from the skin underneath. The same principle that cools you when sweat dries on your skin. Grooming in summer isn't just grooming. It's evaporative cooling. Your cat is turning their own tongue into an air conditioner, one slow pass at a time. That's not anxiety. That's a body doing something ingenious with the only equipment it has. So the extra licking on a hot afternoon usually isn't a problem to fix. It's a system to respect. Your cat is spreading their own coolant across their body, reaching back into the same deep wiring that tells them to sprawl on tile and go still in the heat. Every one of these habits is a piece of the same quiet intelligence. A cat keeping itself alive in weather it never asked for. Here's something that trips up even the most loving owners. You set the thermostat to what feels good to you. Look at your cat and assume you're both comfortable. But you and your cat don't agree on what warm even means. Your cat's comfort zone sits well above yours. That desert wiring shows up in how they handle heat. The temperature that feels a little too warm to you can feel just right to your cat. Their bodies are built to run hotter and tolerate more before it bothers them. That's why your cat will seek out the one sunbeam in an already warm room and look perfectly content. Their thermostat is simply set higher than yours. But here's the trap in that. Because cats tolerate heat so well, they can push right up to their limit without looking distressed, lounging, calm, seemingly fine, until they've gone too far. The same toughness that lets your cat enjoy a hot windowsill is the toughness that can hide a real problem until it's serious. Your cat won't always look like they're struggling, which is exactly why the last sign matters so much. Because it's the one moment the calm finally breaks, and your cat shows you plainly that they need help. So step back and look at the whole summer, the way your cat lives it. Every flat sprawl on the tile, every cool floor chosen over your lap, every still afternoon, every extra grooming pass. It's all one thing. It's your cat solving an impossible equation every single day, from June to September. On one side of that equation is their body, which needs to shed heat or suffer. On the other side is you, the one their instincts filed under safe a long time ago, the base they want to keep in sight. Most animals would just pick one, get cool or stay close. Your cat refuses to choose. They lie on the cold floor beside your chair. They nap on the tile at the foot of your bed. They keep both, the cool surface and you, in the same frame, all summer long. That's the part almost no owner sees. The summer distance was never distance at all. It was your cat working out, over and over, how to stay alive in the heat without leaving your side. Not a cat that needs you less. A cat that found a way to keep needing you, even when their own body was working against it. And now the one teased from the very beginning. The summer sign you can never brush off. Everything so far has been your cat coping, handling the heat with a system that works. But that system has a ceiling, and there's one behavior that tells you they've hit it. Your cat, breathing with their mouth open, panting. Here's what most owners don't know, and it matters more than anything else in this video. A panting cat is not like a panting dog. Dogs pant all the time. For them, it's normal. For a cat, open-mouthed panting is not normal, and it isn't cute. It's often one of the clearest signs that your cat has run out of ways to cool themselves down. Alongside it can come heavy drooling, a limp kind of lethargy, wobbliness, or gums that look bright red or oddly pale. That combination isn't a cat relaxing in the heat, that's a cat in trouble. If you ever see it, the guidance from veterinarians is simple and urgent. Move your cat somewhere cool and shaded, offer water, and contact a vet right away. Heat can turn dangerous for a cat faster than most owners expect. This isn't said to frighten you. It's said because your cat can't say it themselves. They spent the whole season showing you how they cope. Panting is the one moment they're showing you they can't. And now you'll know exactly what it means on sight. So every flat sprawl, every cool floor chosen over your lap, every still hour, and every damp little paw print was the same message the whole time. Your cat, working out how to survive the heat without ever letting you out of their sight. Where does your cat ride out the hottest part of the day? Describe the exact spot they claim every summer. Some of these turn out to say more about your bond than you'd think. Because your cat was never ignoring you this summer. Not once. They were solving the hardest problem their body throws at them all year, and they kept choosing to solve it right next to you. That's not a pet drifting away in the heat. That's the deepest kind of trust there is, staying close to you, even when their own body is telling them to run for cold ground. And here's what all of this really comes down to. A cat that feels safe. That's the thread running under every cool floor chosen over your lap and every body length of distance this summer. The video on the screen right now lays out 6 signs your cat feels completely safe with you. And most owners are already getting more of them than they ever noticed. Count how many yours does. Because once you learned to hear it, your cat was never keeping their distance at all. They were trusting you to understand.